Hi, welcome to Now You're Cooking, Thursday night demonstration with me, Mike Fear. You'll probably notice that we're not in our old kitchen or in our new kitchen. We're actually at my house in my kitchen. So before we start on our demo tonight, I just want to mention a couple of things. Next Thursday is going to be pudding with Louisa. So pudding for me means a lot of things, but I think this is like vanilla pudding and chocolate pudding, so that'll be a good one. Just something for anybody who is new or relatively new to Bath. There is a Welcome to Bath event next Monday. It's at the Maritime Museum. If you'd like to come down and learn about things that are happening in Bath, it's a great time to come down. Just check that out. I think it's going to be on the Main Street website, so if you want to check out more. The other thing that's going to be a lot of fun is in May we have Spring into Summer, and we're going to be springing into summer on the weekend of May 22nd, 20th, May 20th, and we always have a lot of fun with that. And Now You're Cooking will have a tent sale. I'm sure some of you have seen it before. We do it at the Customs House, just right next door to the store. We'll have some incredible bargains there, and so we hope that you can come by and enjoy that. So today we're doing a dish called Sesame chess pie. It's different in as much the sesame is the big difference. It's so we're going to be using tahini and some sesame seed. Chess pie is something I'd never heard of. It sounds like it sounds kind of interesting. Is it? You know, I thought chess pie must have black and white squares in it or something like that. But it's apparently a southern dish. And from what I understand, there was some thoughts that it was using stuff that's left in your refrigerator, and down south they might have referred to the refrigerator as a chest. And then I've also heard, and I think this is probably what it is, somebody said, "Oh, what's this pie? Oh, it's just pie." And they heard just pie, and they said chess pie. So this one is. You may have heard of chess pie before, and this one is just like a chess pie, only it's got this sesame flavor to it. So it's just a regular pie dough. I made that earlier, and it's a recipe I got from Making Dough. I can't say enough about this book. It's got everything in there: croissants, scones, biscuits, short crust pastry, sweet crust pastry, puff pastry, rough puff pastry, you name it, it's got it. Everything you want to know about making pastry. So I made that ahead of time, and so I'm now just going to roll this out for my put in my pie. I've got the oven on, by the way. The oven I put on at 400 degrees. And let's get my rolling pin nicely floured up. And so I've got that going, and we're gonna basically roll this so that it fits into this pie. This is a great pie dish, by the way, Emile Henry. Those of you who come into the store quite a bit, you probably know we have a lot of Emile. It's actually Emile Henry, not Emile Henry, Henry. And this is a company that's located in Burgundy. And they have the best clay for making pots. They even make some that will go on the stovetop, ceramic pots that go on the stovetop. And so you can, the clay is such that it doesn't expand like most clays do when they get hot, and so it can stand high temperatures. And okay, I think I've got this. And I'm going to do a little, I know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be doing a little patching here once I get this into the dish. And I should point out that I got this recipe from my daughter-in-law. That's Marika, Sam's wife. She has the book that it's from, Pie for Everyone, which is what a great name for a book. And she has done it a couple of times. She made it for my most recently for my 70th birthday, which was awesome. And so I've got to give lots of credit to her for introducing me to the pie. I absolutely love the pie. I think it's just so tasty, and it's very custardy, as you'll see in a second. So my patching is going to be, I'm just taking some from one part and patching it in, and there we go. And this is not my, obviously not my strong suit. And all my friends in England, Carol, are you watching? You know that pastry might not be my best thing. And I'm sure Nora's having a good laugh at me here as I... Okay, just gonna take a bit more off here. And I'm just going to basically scrunch it down so that when it comes out it looks a little decent. Oh, need to patch a bit more in here. And, well, it's going to be fine because the pie will not come all the way up to the edge of the crust. It's really going to just be... And okay, that part is out of the way. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to roll up this, get it out the way. And next I'm going to start the actual filling for the pie. I like to weigh things, so I have a scale. OXO makes great scales. This is one of their previous models, but they're actually bringing out a scale just like it. It's really nifty, glass, easy to clean. And so, again, Emile Henry, showing off all the Emile Henry today. I got these this past Christmas, and I absolutely love them. I can hang on to them easily, and they're nice and heavy. Pouring, just love these. So a pretty big ingredient here is, zero out my bowl here, is sugar. And 250 grams, and this is the beauty of this scale, I can do it in grams or ounces. So I'm just going to pour in here 250 grams of sugar. And almost 248, so precise. There we go. So we got the sugar in there, and just get the lumps out. What's interesting is the next two ingredients are, that's the wrong cover, that's the right cover. The next two ingredients are 3 tablespoons of regular flour. And what I noticed when I was doing this earlier is when I put it in, it comes out to be each time 10 grams. So I could do this without the spoon, because I can see here it should be at 280 grams, 30 plus. And the same thing with, this is extra fine corn meal. You can get this Many places, grocery stores. I actually got this from Rennie's, if you believe it or not. It's Bob's Red Mill, and Bob's Red Mill is available Bath Natural Market, Brackett's, Shaw's, but it happens to be in Rennie's also. And so, okay, one more of those, and there is my dry ingredients, and mix them up, and that's great. What is important, I think, is to be well prepared, and so measuring out things ahead of time. For example, you'll see I have got my tahini measured out already. So this recipe is going to take a 1/4 cup of tahini, and you probably know what tahini is. It's sesame seeds. Like it's the what sesame seeds is to peanut butter, only using peanuts, sesame instead of peanuts. Again, available Bath Natural Market, grocery store. I don't think Rennie's carries it, I'm not sure. So check that out. We need, so pre-measuring is a great idea. So for example, I need heavy cream. And so I need a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. So, these measures are kind of handy because I can measure out so many things. Buttermilk. I need 1/3 cup of buttermilk. Okay. So those are measured. There's several sizes, as you see, and not only that, you can get down to really small sizes. This is good old innovative OXO making. Most of the time, I use these measuring cups. I love these. Have these. This is obviously all my home stuff. What have I forgotten? I've forgotten my teaspoon of salt. Am I right? Teaspoon of salt. Consult with my my phone a second, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's good to consult there. So I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon of salt from my. This is a salt frog, not a salt pig, a salt frog, and so that's all nicely mixed up. Next, I'm going to put eggs in here. I'm actually going to mix the eggs ahead of pouring it in there. It's just my thing. I just feel like I want the eggs to be well mixed before I pour them in there. But you can put them directly in. And also, it gives me the opportunity to fish out any shells should I. So we're putting in 3 eggs, right there, and then there we go. And then next we're going to put in 2 yolks, and this is where I have to remember to put the white in this other bowl. And I can use these whites for any number of things, but knowing me, it will probably be meringue. I love meringue. I like to make pavlovas. And over here. And then the other thing, there we go. With egg whites, you can actually freeze them. They seem to really work well if you freeze them, and then when you thaw them out, it's almost like they fluff up even more once you thaw them out to make. So I am going to use my. Now, you could certainly I think Marika uses a stand mixer. You could use your Smeg stand mixer should you have one, or whatever mixer you have. But I found that a nice French whisk like this does a really good job. So I'm mixing this up, and I think I'm supposed to put the tahini in too. So I'm going to put the tahini in now. And okay. I'm going to scrape that out. Some of you are familiar with this this little scraper here. This is been one of our best sellers, and we were without them for a little bit, but they are all back in stock now. So come and get your scoop and scrape right there. That's good. So that's nicely mixed up. And now I'm going to put this right into the flour and cornmeal mixture. And as good a job as the whisk does scraping out the bowl, I like to use a big scraper. This happens to be a Le Creuset scraper. Le Creuset makes good everything. I think Heather and I and Vanessa went to Chicago, and we saw a lot of really good Le Creuset things. So you'll see this summer some really awesome deals. And where did I put my? I was thinking I was done with my whisk, and I was not done with my whisk. Now I'm mixing this in nicely. Okay, that's got it's got the tahini, the eggs, the egg whites, and it's nicely mixed in there. And did I tell you how much I like my Emile Henry bowls? I have a third one. It's red. Now I'm going to put in right here. Going to put in the buttermilk. Gives it a great flavor. And if you don't happen to have buttermilk, you can make it yourself. Just well, it's going to be what you call clabbered milk. Just add some vinegar to milk. But I think you can't be without buttermilk. I love buttermilk pancakes. So just an awesome thing to do. And that's that. And then I think all we have left is some vanilla. I'm going to pop in a teaspoon of vanilla. This stuff is great. We carry quite a bit of vanilla at the store. And and mix that right in. So nothing here that you can't handle. It's really simple. The thing you should do though is make sure that you have everything in there. Yeah. Got everything in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour into. It's amazing when you look at this mixture and you say, that will never set up. But it does. All those eggs. And I'm just going to, again, get my scraper. And I want to scrape every last bit. And there we go. This is a pie also you can leave out for probably 3 or 4 days. You don't need to refrigerate it. It will last that long. It's amazing. Last thing is the sesame seeds. Sesame seeds, we carry these, so but you can get sesame seeds anywhere. The last time Marika made it, she did half the pie with white sesame seeds and half with black sesame seeds. I'm going to do it with all white here. So it's 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to sprinkle it as best I can evenly over the pie. Oop. Okay. And so one thing I didn't mention is with this pie, what are you going to drink with it? So when it comes to sesame, the recommendation is Chardonnay, which we have a nice Chardonnay here, which you never know, Hetty and I might pop it open here in a minute. Viognier, so this is a French Viognier, Condrieu. Riesling, which is, this one's an awesome, it's a Spätlese, but it would be awesome for a dessert. And of course sake. This sake has, I think it's got a long history. You know, so many of these wines have a long history. This one's 7th generation. And so they use local rice in Japan, and it's really just an awesome one. So that's that. Now let's pop this right in the oven. I've got the oven at, right now the oven is at 400 degrees. Pop it right in there. And I'm going to leave it for 20 minutes. Set the timer. And so the timer I'm going to set for 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes are up, I'm going to switch to 350 and cook it for another 40 minutes. And so let's take a look and see what, I find a pie cutter here. Here we go. Let's see what it's going to look like. This one came out of the oven about maybe half an hour ago. No, a bit longer probably. And so, so let's see how this comes out. And there you go. Looks beautiful. And I tell you, it tastes awesome. The tahini and the sesame makes it really taste super. So there you go. That's your sesame chess pie. It's in the book called Pie for Everyone. If you come to Now You're Cooking to buy it tomorrow, we won't have it. We hope to have it though this summer. And we certainly do have making dough, and we certainly have all this wine, and we certainly have fun, and we ask you to come and join us and have some fun with us, and see you next week.